Saturday morning. I'm going for a walk and I'm surrounded by cows everywhere. It's really great to have like a walk like this because I can also have some inspiration with all of the farmhouse that are around. Of course I'm taking pictures for me, but I'm not gonna show you details that I take on properties of the people, of course. But it's so great because you have like many ideas that come with it, so that's great. And it's a really nice walk across the forest, and it's really great to do it in the morning to start the day with a fresh walk. Just arrived at the farmhouse. It was a nice walk, 1 hour and a half. Now it's done. I'm gonna be inside of it with a cup of tea and some biscuits. Hello everyone, bonjour tout le monde, welcome back to another video. My name is Victor Knox and I post a new video every Sunday about daily life, renovation and decoration. And today it's about huge cracks. We bought a farmhouse in the east of France and we discovered a worrying issue on the wall with a huge crack previously, so you have different videos about that. Since then we are really concerned about this huge crack and we took an expert to assess the different issues. So in today's video you'll have like a video from me previously in the farmhouse, looking at the new details of the farmhouse, but also showing you the different cracks and issues that we are encountering. You'll have this video, and after that I'll go back here to explain a bit more, because now I have the expert report, and also with this report what it means for the future of the house and what we will have to do. So stay until the end of this video and don't hesitate to subscribe to follow this adventure with us. So you've seen that we have like many cracks in the house that we are facing, and one of them is really concerning. It's the one at the end of the house. So why I'm telling you that is I'm gonna give you like the quick tour. So I will explain what was done with the father and the mother of Hamish last week, because they were here during 2 weeks to help us to prepare for the winter. It's not obviously like renovation for the final reveal that we will do, I think, next year. Next year for some bedrooms, of course, not for the full house. It's just to prepare everything to be sure we are ready with the heat and everything for the winter, to have something not too cold. So what they've done, it's really windy. Everything is falling apart. Explain you all of the cracks, issues that we have, and all of our concerns. Of course, if you have like information on the structure of the houses, or maybe some great ideas to help us on the different issues that we are facing, please put a comment. I think it will help us a lot, because we have many things to think of every night. As you can see, the top is now filled with OSB. So OSB, just to be sure, because everything was open, so the owl could come during the night and all of the animals and everything. And it was really windy on the attic, We also have like the water boiler there, so it has to be closed, of course, to not have too much consumption during the night, and to secure a bit the isolation of the house. So we'll have to paint it maybe, and in the future we'll have some windows, but for now we needed to anticipate the winter. So that was the job done. After that, so the cracks. Here, as you can see on the floor, we have some cracks, and some of them are just here, the long of the wall, and we have like a big one there and another one there and there. And we have this impression that we bought the house in July, and it seems that since July it was like a bit moving. So we are really concerned. As you can see, there is a slope, a small slope, that everything is going down of the slope. So we don't know if it's that or not, but we are quite scared about that. And we are thinking that all of the cracks that you can see there and there are also increasing with the time. So we've got many there, and of course the windows now are difficult to close, but they can close. But so we have this impression that the house is pushing in that way, which is really concerning. They manage, as you can see, we have a big crack here, and everything is moving basically, and the wall, same. You should see it, maybe, I hope, on the camera, but the wall is a bit doing this. And all of the roof was rebuilt 10 years ago. All of the roof and all of the wood inside the roof, I don't know the name in English, but you will understand, all of the beams basically. So everything's new, and we are thinking maybe the new structure is maybe too heavy for the house. We don't know. So we have this assumption. We also have the assumption that maybe we should reinforce with, like, you know, still a bar that you put on the other side. It's like an X. I'll show you maybe on the an image on the screen to show you. Maybe we could reinforce the wall to be sure it is not falling like this. We also have like a basement under the house, which is another assumption. Maybe the foundation of the house are not strong enough because of this old void that we have just below the house. So it's really concerning. So the father and Hamish, as you saw on the previous video, they filled like the big crack, because we could see inside the house from here, and you can see that the crack was quite big. So they filled it with some lime mortar to the bottom of this angle of the house. So quite concerning, and the walls was done with many materials by the previous farmers, and so not a great constructions, basically not a great base. So we'll have to fill all of the between the beams with lime mortar to have something really aesthetic, like the back of the house. But for now we are not thinking about aesthetic, we are thinking about structure and concerns. So as you can see, we have like another one crack. I'm not sure I'm gonna have to, you see, between the lime mortar and the beam. So here, so really concerning for us, and it's all of our main discussions about the house for now. So that's why we are also not really moving into the projects inside, because we are thinking and anticipating about all of these issues, because we can't choose many solutions to try to fix it. We need to really an expert of structure, and it's coming during October, so we should have some answers during October, we hope, to be sure we can maybe fix it in a good way. That's the different concerns of the house. Of course, we are not thinking about this one, because this one is completely destroyed, so for now we just avoid to think about this one. Okay, so that's for the outsides, and that's the different concerns. So they'll filled with the work on this. They also worked on some electrics with his father to have the light working, the plug there, and everything working again, because it was not working anymore. And inside, things changed as you saw the last time. So now we've got the TV, we added like a carpet, but we have, I'm not going to show you, but you will understand. So everything was clean on the tiles, you know, I removed the wall, but since we've seen like a big crack under the carpet, and the crack is like moving a bit, so it's not that great, and we have to look with the expert also this one, and still thinking about the house, you know, moving in that way, so maybe that's why we have. Another thing that we are thinking of is, you know, it was done on the floor directly, they didn't put anything under the tile in the old days, and we are thinking it's all clay in this region, so maybe with all of the dry, with the different temperatures changing during the summer and everything, maybe that's why we have some cracks, because the clay it's a bit contracted with the heat, and that's why we have it. But of course the expert will confirm that part. With the father of Hamish, we also added like some radiators, so we have one. We've got another one in our bedroom there, and we've got another one in the kitchen. As you can see, it changed a lot in the kitchen because the mom of Hamish was working on this quite huge project. She moved everything in the kitchen and she painted in white all of the walls, which changes also the face of the temporary kitchen, so that's great for us. We are really happy with that. The house feels much cleaner than it was before. She also added all of my pans, my Mauviel French pans, so I'm really happy to see them again on my wall. But of course we will improve the kitchen with the time, even if it's a temporary kitchen, because we need more storage, we need more preparation. We will add our table. We have like a big walnut table in Annecy that we'll put there, and we will add our different sofas, because there are the sofas for the outside, for the terrace, and we will add our different ones that we have in leather in Annecy, so we have to put them here. So that's the different jobs that they did. They also changed the size of the doors, because all of the doors were touching the floors, which was really annoying, really noisy and really difficult to handle. And he managed to install also the radiators, so I did a bit of electrics. We have an issue with the house, it's the electrics. We have to change the electrics, and I don't know in English, maybe I'll put you the name on the screen, but in French we are saying like triphasé, so it's like 3 lines of electricity, and for the houses most of the time today they are doing like monophasé, which is just 1 line, and we should change for that, because when you have like 3 phases, it was for the farmers in the old days to have 1 phase, for example, for the tractors and all of the material, and 2 other ones for the house. Constance is playing. So we will have to think about that, because when you have 3 phases, you need to equilibrate all of the phases. So for example, it's not possible to have the radiator on and the kettle at the same time, but we have to also stop the radiator on the living room when we are doing like the kitchen. So all of this needs to be anticipated on our side. We have like all of the information done by the father of Hamish to anticipate the different power that we need to use on this side of the house or the other side of the house to think like this. It's quite difficult to anticipate and to think every time about all of this, so it's a lot of work. Yeah, I think that's it for the inside. So they did the painting, the electrics, a bit of plumbing to have, oh yeah, plumbing. They changed like the water that fills the water, you know, in the toilets, but it's not something great to show you. Basically it's toilets. They painted also the toilets in white, but nothing major for you. And that's it. So that's great for the inside. It changes a lot. We are really comfortable now. We don't have a fiberglass insulation on the attic, because you know we removed everything. What are you doing? No, stop. Oh gosh, Constance is playing with rocks and grass and everything. She's a countryside girl. Okay, So, oh, look at her, she's so funny. She's crazy. And Matteo is really relaxed as always. So it's quite warm inside, but we don't have like the fiber wall insulation on the top, and it's quite warm. It's fine because we are not here most of the week. We are always like half of the week or a full week or a full weekend or whatever. So we are changing our plans because, as you know, we are living also in Annecy. We removed everything in the attic, and you saw on the previous video, and now we have to put fiber wall on top of the house to be sure we are protecting it, because here there is not that much space to put it, and if we are isolating by the inside of the house, we will have less height, which will not be comfortable and great to live inside. So we have to keep the beams, and maybe we will paint them again in the future, we'll see. That's for the inside, but I'm gonna show you now on the attic. Sorry, before we go to the attic, I need to explain you why we added the radiators and not like a wood burner, because our goal was to add like a wood burner. But let me explain this other issue that we have in the house is we have the space for the wood burner here, okay? But today you have to put like a tube inside to be compliant with the law and everything, and basically there is not the space to put the tube inside, so we can't use it properly, this one, or we should just put the plug of the wood burner like this without any tube inside, which is not great for the isolation, for the law, for everything. So it's not that possible. So we were thinking maybe to put like another one, you know, when you can see like the tube directly, the black tube directly into the house, and to go to the roof just on the side of here, and to add the wood burner. But for now it's really expensive, and we can't afford to do that, as we are waiting for the expert to tell us what is going on with the house, if we have like urgent things to do with the structure of the house. So this is just comfort. So for now we have the radiators, and it's really fine. For us it's like 20 degrees inside for now. I think the winter is gonna be a bit difficult, but for now it's okay. If we can afford, after the expert tell us like the recommendation and to do all of the structural things, after that we'll have the fiber wall on the top, which will be much better for the winter inside the house, because the house will be basically isolated from the top, and the walls seems quite fine. Even if we will improve the walls and we will isolate them after that, for now we are saving the budget because we are waiting for the expert for all of the answers. So of course we will keep you in touch about that. And you saw on the previous video that I filled all of the cracks, but you know the cracks are under big beams, so we are also really concerned about that because it's a structural wall. So it seems that maybe the roof is too heavy, we don't know, so we need all of these answers by the expert basically. And Luke is working on the garden, on the weeds on the front end side of the house. Hi guys. Hello. It's not too difficult? A bit? God, great job. It's massive weeds here. Okay, I'm gonna show them the attic. But basically you saw on the previous videos that we've cleaned everything into the attic. So that's great. We have now to put the fiber wall on top here, and now it's safe to see that we have some OSB to close the wind coming inside here, as we have on top of that the boiler for the water, and also this side. And now I'm on the other side. So this side is also tricky. Is the one, as you can see, we can see and feel. Maybe you won't see it properly on the video, but on my side I feel it, that there is a slope in here, and there is the wall concerned by the issue. So really concerning, because I can feel that I'm really like this on my side. I'm not sure you can see it like this, but the camera is on the floor and you should see the slope. The wall should be more like this, and you can so it's a bit difficult. And that's it for the quick tour of the house. I'm gonna help them now with the weeds. We are really concerned about all of these structural issues, so we'll keep you in touch with what the experts said to this. Now that you see a bit of context of the house with the different issues and evolution of the farmhouse, let's have a look of the expert report that I've got, and I'm going to explain you bit by bit the different issues that we have and maybe how we have to fix it and what is the more urgent or the less. First, let's talk about the wall that we have inside the house between the kitchen and the living room. You know, this big wall is the structural wall, and we had like big cracks on the edges of the doors because there is no support on the doors, and he said that it's more a natural issue from the building and it's not like a seriously structural issue, so that's fine for her. It's something that needs to be checked multiple times a year to be sure there is no another issue coming. And it was really funny because he explains to me why we have this. It's because they are on top of the doors, and you see it was on each side of the corners of the doors, which is like a mustache. So it was really funny to know the name, but not funny to have the crack in the farmhouse, of course. But let's take it in a positive way and more funny way, because we have many issues to tackle today. So for this one, it's minor, it's localized, and nothing to do for now. Now let's talk about the basement. So you know that we have a basement below the horror room. We have this terrible room with the huge crack and the issue with the wall that we will talk about later. In this basement we have many issues that are not helping with the wall, even if we'll talk about the wall later. So the main issue for the basement is the humidity. It's too humid, this room, and we have a lot of wind coming in and a lot of humidity because it's open on the outside of the house, so no doors, no things. So it's too humid, this one. So what the expert recommends is to protect the wood first, of course, because today the wood is showing like a degradation, so it's not that great. We need to fix the wood and protect it with its xenophene, the product, but anyway, we'll have to do that first because it's really important to protect the wood. After that we have to insulate between the cellar, the basement and the wood, so on the top of the basement, to be sure also we don't have any humidity coming in the bedroom, and to protect inside this basement and to avoid to have more humidity on the wood, of course. In the future, when we work on the top on the bedroom and the bathroom also, we will have to create like a ventilation system inside the cellar. We are sure to remove and reduce the moisture and everything inside the basement, so really important to fix it with a ventilation, and it will be maybe a electronic ventilation, so not possible to do it like naturally with the airflow. Is not possible because we are underground, so too difficult. And before to talk about the corner and the big issue of the house, I wanted also to give you what the experts say in a general way of the global farmhouse. We have like wood condition and water condition of the house that is not great, and we have to work on. First of all, about the wood, the overall wood of the farmhouse is not really maintained during the previous years, so we have to work on the wood to protect it against insects and everything, but also about UVs from the sun, that it has to be resistant to the sun and to the insects. So we'll have to work on that next year. Maybe this year during autumn and winter is too humid to work on this on the farmhouse. It has to dry when you apply the different products, so we'll have to do it during the next spring or summer to be sure we are reinforcing the the wood from the farm. After that is the water management. So this one is something we need to do to protect the house for the future. So it's not something that is gonna fix something now, but it's just to avoid to have many issues in the future. So the first one is the gutters. They are not effective, they are going to the ground, but they are not sealed. So it seems that there is like water that is accumulated in the base of the gutters, and we need to have the water going out of the house the faster as possible. You know, we have like the concrete path on the back of the house and the different surfaces that we have around the house, and there is many cracks, and those cracks can have a lot of water coming through it. So the water is going under the concrete, but also under the house, so it's not that great, and we have to fix it really fast. So this one we don't have to wait, we will have to fix it in the 1 or 2 next month, because the previous owners did nothing about that, and we will have to do it on our side quite fast to avoid to have more water coming inside and create disturbance on the structure of the house. We'll have to use like a joint sealant for the different cracks, so you can have like a gray one to not see it, and it's just like something to repair fast as possible. So that was the first big issues of the house that we discussed with the expert, and of course you are waiting for the one in the corner of the house, the big one, the biggest for us, for the house, and for the cost that we will have to pay, I think, to fix it. So let's talk about it. This is the most urgent issue. The expert was really concerned about this one. As you can see on the video, you have on the corner of the house, we have like the very old timber beam that is visibly failing. So you can see it on the video. I'm showing you the different details, and the other on the corner of the house is the biggest danger for the house to collapse in the future. If it's not fixed soon, it will be worse. It's not urgent because for now we can also protect a bit the wall with some nylon or things like that, but we'll have to fix it on the 6 or 1 year max. Of course we'll have to fix it, but we'll have to also budget it, because it's going to be like something huge to fix. We'll have to see with the carpenter if it has to be just a reinforcement of the beams from the inside and the outside of the wall, or if we have to replace totally or partially the beam. So it can increase also the price on our side. And we have also an issue on the wall with tenon and mortise joints. I looked for the word in English, I don't know if it's the good one, but you'll see on the video I'm showing you like the different holes that we have on the wood, and these holes should be with tenons that are like pieces of wood that reinforce and fix the wood inside the wall, and today they disappeared and they're not here, so basically we need some, or it's gonna collapse at some point. And of course if we don't fix the big beam and the tenons, we will have like a structural issue that the wall can go down and can collapse at some point. And of course with the roof, it can pull the roof, so it can be a major issue if it's pulling the roof, because everything is attached to the roof, so everything is well maintained for the global structure of the house. But in that corner, if something is pulling or falling, it's gonna pull the full roof, so it's not that great. So that's why we need to fix it. And it's a high criticity for the farmhouse and the more urgent topic. And that's it for the expert. So of course there is many other topics on the report, but these are the major issues that we have to fix, and also the one that we were really concerned, that was the wall and at this corner of the farmhouse. So now you have a bit of understanding on what we have to do and what are the issues. Of course, don't hesitate if you have like great recommendation in the comments, because it's a lot of issues for us to tackle on the end of the year or next year. So of course your recommendation or comments will be really helpful, so thanks for that. Don't hesitate to put a comment to help us. So of course we are planning to start with professionals, carpenters, to see for the angle, and we'll try to fix the other issues on the farmhouse by ourselves. So don't hesitate to like and subscribe if you want to follow the adventure. For me, my goal of the channel was not to have like a full renovation channel, but as we are facing different issues and we are working on this now, I'll try to put like some diversity on the content, but for now we are a bit focusing on the farmhouse, of course, and the different consoles that we have. So I hope you have more diverse content in the future, maybe more lifestyle or like also fashion and decoration. So I hope I'll have the possibility to put it on the different contents. So don't hesitate to like and subscribe. It's really important for a small channel like me. And thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.